Have you ever considered all the many things we take for granted each and every day? Like, for instance, water. We wake up in the morning and take a hot shower, not thinking twice about whether or not the water will actually come out of the faucet when we turn it on. Sprinklers water our lawns and landscapes. We have to keep our grass green, our trees growing, and our fountains full and flowing. It seems like water is available everywhere we turn, with bottled water at a convenience store, or even clean, fresh, cold water from a drinking fountain in the hallways of a school, mall, or office building. And if we think about it, how often do we find ourselves leaving the water running from the faucet as we tend to something else or put the dishes in the dishwasher? Or what about citizenship? Something as simple as having an ID card. A simple trip to the gas station to buy gas with a credit card could result in having the store clerk ask for your ID card. And we respond by opening up our wallets and handing it over. We're citizens. We can be identified. We have rights. And this is kind of expected. And how about the most basic sense of safety and freedom? As parents, to know that you can provide for your children their basic needs, that they can be safe from predators and the worries of adulthood, and to know where they are, whether or not they're being cared for, to be able to choose where we live, and to ensure that our children have access to an education, to be granted basic human rights and be counted as a whole person. Most of us don't wake up in the morning and consider these things. That's just normal everyday life. But consider for a moment the many people in the world who wake up every morning and dream of having these things so many of us take for granted. The Hill Tribe people of northern Thailand are one such group. In this region, nearly 9 million people live below the official poverty line of $1.60 per day. Many of these Hill Tribe peoples are still without full citizenship or land rights due to very poor literacy, limited knowledge of Thai law, and being outside of the range of government services. This lack of citizenship limits access to medical care, property ownership rights, education, and the right to travel outside of their district of residence. These Hill Tribe communities are also targeted by human traffickers, offering employment in local towns for girls and young women in exchange for large upfront payments to parents that the girls have to work off. For families deeply in debt, this is an attractive offer. However, many of these girls are then trafficked or coerced into the commercial sex industry far from their homes. Those that eventually make it back home often suffer from severe emotional and physical trauma, STDs, and HIV. And at the most basic level, many of these villages lack a clean water supply and experience water shortages during the dry season. In March of 2010, Rio Lindo Academy staff and students traveled to northern Thailand and the village of Ban Pakia to assist ADRA in their inter-area development project. Our main goal was to construct a gravity-fed water system in the village. We collected and filtered water from a mountain source, dug 5 miles of trench, and laid pipe the entire way to the village storage tank. Our efforts ensured clean water for the village and adequate water to last through the dry season. ADRA continues to work with the village members through literacy programs and citizenship advocacy. They are also helping the village develop a market product through better agricultural practices. All of this helps to ensure the safety and freedom of the village families. When the village has water, quality of life and agriculture improves. With citizenship and a marketable product, poverty and debt decrease. And when poverty and debt decrease, families are less vulnerable to human traffickers, and the girls of the village are kept safe. And it all starts with water. In March of 2011, Rio Lindo is returning to Thailand to assist Adra with another village, Ban Makampong. The number one goal of this trip is to improve basic health levels through provision of sufficient clean water access. Water is the first step in improving health, securing citizenship, and granting safety and freedom to the Hill Tribe people of northern Thailand. Dirty water and lack of sanitation is responsible for 80% of disease on this planet. Over 1 billion people lack access to clean, safe drinking water. Water is essential to life. Without water, there is no life. Help support our efforts in constructing a gravity-fed water system in this village and help bring life to the Hill Tribe people in northern Thailand. We need your financial support to make this happen. Please consider making a donation to Rio Lindo Missions and this development project. You can send your donations to the address listed at the end of this message or contact Rio Lindo Academy for more information. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this